Well, it really is truly an honor and a privilege, first of all, to follow that patient panel that we just had, and really for the whole IDEAS meeting. I think this has really been an exciting meeting. There's been tremendous enthusiasm associated with it. It is a time of change, and we're fortunate in some ways to be part of that change, and to everybody in this room and everybody who was online to be part of it, the change that's going to happen. I was struck, and I'm almost recapitulating a few of the opening remarks, but I was struck by what Eric said about 7 years. Change was promised 7 years ago, and change is not here. And I do worry. I will say I do worry about this idea of a hope hype. We don't want to turn hope into hype. And we don't want to give false hope, especially about timelines, because none of us have a crystal ball. None of us know even what technical obstacles we're going to encounter. These devices have not been tested in clinical trials. Almost nothing. You go back to, any technology development, the first airplane, the first this, the first that, they get better over time. And I'm sure that the first devices that get to patients are not going to be perfect. And there are going to be some problems that we're going to learn, and they will get better over time. But we do all, I think, have to have a collective sense of urgency that we need to cross the finish line. It's not enough to be pushing forward, but we have to find a way to get new treatments to patients as best we can. And that's all we can promise. We can't promise a timeline. We can't promise perfection. Perfect might be the enemy of the good. But we can promise that we will do our best, and we will be a large community that pushes forward with our patients as partners to do this. What's it going to take? It is going to take grit. It's going to take perseverance. These were the words I used at the beginning. It's going to take commitment. We saw some amazing examples of that today and during this meeting. I mean, who could not be influenced by Lily Cervantes and the grit and the determination that she has had to see to it that undocumented immigrants are treated like human beings in the United States. We've seen Don Wesson, who I've known for a long time. We've worked together probably 25 years, 40 years, really, of determination to really understand at every possible level acid-base balance and what acid does in the setting of kidney disease to the human body, and to take it from his early work in animal models to not just, to human trials, but to community-based approaches, to really trying to get the best possible food for the best possible reasons to populations that are highly at risk for kidney disease. It's so admirable, but it's grit, it's determination, and it's commitment. It's 40 years of work. I'm probably dating you, Don, in terms of age, but, there's so much respect for that. And so many people, Bill Fussell and Shubha Roy have been at this for 25 years, 25 years, and they have to push against headwinds with what initially seemed to be completely impossible, and they keep pushing forward. So we need that. I said at the beginning we need serious investment, and that is a little bit out of the control of the people that are in this room. Not entirely, because advocacy, particularly from patients, can make a difference. But none of us have $1 billion that we're going to give out tomorrow. Or if anybody in the room does, please stand up. But I don't think that's likely to be the case. So we all have to work at that too. And I mentioned at the beginning, science and advocacy have to be united. So we've seen a lot of signs of that in this meeting. And that has to continue, and that has to continue at a national level. And increasingly, we're seeing this as an international and a global effort. And we've seen a lot of steps forward, even in the last couple hours, for that to happen. And we need coalitions, we need collaboration. And the thing I said at the beginning was, the last thing on the slide was patients as partners every step of the way. And we really do need that going forward. So this is our 5th ideas meeting. Who knows when the first product that has been discussed at one of these meetings gets to patients in a meaningful way. I'm an optimistic person. I'm usually a glass half full person. I think it's going to happen. I think we have the wherewithal as a community to make this happen. And I do think there is the commitment as a community to make these kinds of changes. So I am optimistic. I don't want to overpromise when, how, or what it's going to look like. But we are with you. We're doing everything we can to make better choices for patients than we have today. So we hope to see all of you at the 6th Annual Ideas Conference, which will be, I don't know what date, we'll pick it soon, but sometime around the same time of year. And maybe, if all things work out well, we'll have a European Ideas Conference as well, and really make this a global enterprise going forward. So I wish you all safe travels back home. Thanks for coming, and thanks for making this, at least to my mind, a very successful meeting.